Hey guys, today I thought I'd talk about how James and I met. I think we might have talked about it before, but figured I'd tell it again from maybe just my perspective. James and I were actually in choir together, and so we had kind of assigned seating in our choir, and James sat there was a seat between us. Just nobody sat there, we just had the space available, and he sat right there. And then one day, before I'd ever really talked to him, he looked at me and goes, "You know what, Jake? I think we're gonna be good friends." I said, "Sure. I don't know you." So fast forward a couple days, in his room, his roommates, they had an Xbox 360 and they'd play free-for-all, 4-player Modern Warfare 2. So just hopping in, playing whatever. So I had been down there a couple times to just hang out and watch and play a little bit. And then outside my room, there was a sprinkler. And it broke, it got hit by like an airsoft gun or something, and flooded the entire hallway. So for the next week, we all couldn't stay in our room. So I meandered down to James's room and said, "Hey, can I stay here?" And I stayed there for like a week, just sleeping on the couch. And so we hung out every night and throughout the day, and kind of just became friends that way. We sat next to each other in choir and would hang out every night, and I eventually ended up moving into his room the next semester, and we roomed together, and it was great. He moved back to Kansas City the next year for school, but we still talk to each other like every day. Make trips down to Kansas City just to see and hang out with him. And just kind of do that. And so in 2015, I moved back to Kansas City and started working in kind of like entertainment corporate production for a company down there. And so James lived in Kansas City already. So it had come up a few months before I moved down there, like, "Hey, we should do a podcast or something." And so we decided to try and start doing a Let's Play channel. And it was awful. It was so terrible. And those videos may never come out again. We did it for a little while, like 6 weeks. And my work schedule just didn't allow for us to keep going because I just didn't know when I was going to work. And at the beginning of the day, I could not have been scheduled to work. By the end of the day, I could end up working. So there just was no way to really be able to plan around it. So we just kind of stopped and just hung out and did our thing. And then last year I moved back up here, and not much later he followed me back up here. And so September we decided to start doing this again. And now we hang out all the time, and we do this and still hang out outside of doing this because we're friends, and that's kind of what we do. Anyway, that's going to do it for me today, guys. If you have stories about who you met your best friend, put them in the comments below. I'd love to talk to you about it. Thanks for hanging out.